Hello everybody, welcome to Waited to Win. It's good to be in the studio again with everybody. You're in a live environment and I hope you're all good and everything going according to plan. Well, let's have a look at our social media options that are available to you. We are on Twitter, we're on YouTube, we're also on WhatsApp and For Racing TV. Multiple options for you to engage and ultimately be part of the group. Well, the classic track will represent 8 races, and therefore the bipod starts up race 1. I've got Darren Burrows and Daryl Marie. First, of course, is a work riders race. Daryl, let's talk about it. Open Highway tops the boards, Ash Fortune as favourite at 2-1. I like this horse, Klitzgras. I watched its debut, right? I see Vicky Lorena's got the ride, priced up 3-1. I'm impressed in the manner that debut performance. I liked what I saw, to be honest.
Yeah.
What do you make of it?
Yeah, you ran on extremely well, Clyde. Just 2 things to note. He wasn't supported in the market on that occasion. Started 20-1. And the stable's a bit of a concern. But you know, you ran behind 2 first-timers who could really be anything in, what was it? Capekus and something to that effect.
Yeah, I'll find him for
and Turbo Power.
you.
Vicky
Capsaicin, that's right, yeah.
Capsaicin. Now, Vicky Lorena, if you remember, in her first start back as a work rider, she won over this very course and distance.
Right.
The obvious danger has to be number 8, Open Highway. He's shown enough to exit the maiden ranks. I think he's been disappointing to date.
Yeah.
He gets Siyabonga Mtembu from a 1 draw. Now, Siyabonga's had 3 seconds from his last 4 starts. So he's really knocking at the door, and this is the type of horse that could assist him in getting that elusive win.
All right. So in your bipod, how many?
2 horses, 7
2
and
horses.
8.
Okay, Darren, morning. Good day to you. How many in your bipod in the work riders?
Good morning, Clyde. I do like Open Highway. I think he's ready to exit the maiden ranks. That third behind, ready to charge. Last time out, he was well beaten, but I think this course and distance could suit him. The obvious danger is Klitzgras. Now, first-timers dominated that race. I think the first racehorse was 8 lengths behind the winner. I always think races like that could be suspect, but in this type of field, he's got to be a massive runner. So 7 and 8 to fight it out.
Thanks, Darren. Okay, let's have a look at the bipods then. Darren's got one worked out. He's bankering 8 Open Highway by 1 and 10, by 1 and 9, by 1 and 11, by banker 1, by banker 3 later on. And he's taking that. It's an 8 Rand perm, and you can take that a few times as well. Daryl Marie's also worked one out for us. Let's have a look. He's going with 7 and 8 in the first leg, by 1 and 4, by 1, 3, 9, by 1 and 11, by banker 1 later on, and then in the last leg of Daryl Marie's bipod, 3, 6 and 9, and that's a 72 Rand cost. Second race on the card is a maiden plate. It's over the 1200 metres. On the Monday, this horse Zoom Lady priced up at 9-10, Zoom Lady from the Alec Laird stable, and was beaten 2 lengths by Glitter Fox on its last start. Daryl, let's start with you, and let's talk about betting market-wise. You'd expect it to be this short, 9-10, or in the red?
Yeah, it's the strength of her opposition that she's taking on. Clyde, my concern with her is she was off for a year. She's had 2 consistent efforts since returning, but she's been backed up quite soon, Clyde. It's a week later, and she must have had her issues for her to be for a year.
Yeah.
But obviously she's taken that race well, and we see her a week later. She's shown enough to exit the maiden ranks. I thought she had every opportunity last time behind Glitter Fox. She does have a tricky draw to contend with. It is around the bend, and she's drawn out a bit wide. So that's the reason why I haven't banked her, and I don't think there's any value in her current price. An improver in the pack could be number 4, Look to the Stars. Last time out, she came out slow and she was lagging behind. She never really got into that contest. Her first run after rest, I know it wasn't the strongest of lineups, but there are glimpses of form and strong enough for me to give her a chance of I just hope she breaks out well and she's in contention, because she could be the value in the pack. Number 4, Look to the Stars.
Okay. Got to have some sort of chance, I guess. I wanted to ask Darren about this horse Sugary Sweet. I see that Gavin Loreen has taken the ride now on Zoom Lady, but rode Sugary Sweet last time. Darren, the form line's not bad to Colorado, with Dolcezza and Kingdom of Gold both winning. Do you give that any sort of chance, or are you going with a favourite?
No, I'm not going with a favourite, Clyde. I actually like Sugary Sweet quite strongly here. Now, she's run a length off Red Hot Rose, who ran second in the nursery. Last time out, 2 direct winners. The second and the third place runner behind Colorado Creek won. I think the fourth place runner, Wagug, will win her next start. She was only, 5.5 lengths back. That's good enough in this type of company. So I think good each way value about Sugary Sweet. She does receive a lot of weight. She's only got 54.5 kilos to shoulder. So receiving 5.5 kilos from Zoom Lady. And Zoom Lady has got a tendency to overrace. If she overraces from a deep draw, she could be in trouble.
All right, it's a place accumulator. Daryl's going 1 and 4, by 1, 3 and 9, by 1 and 11, by Banker 1, by 3, 6, 9, by 2 and 3, by Banker 4. So he's got 2 bankers in Daryl's PA, and that's a 72 Rand cost. And Darren Burrows, well, he did recommend that Sugary Sweet, number 10 on the card, is certainly worth considering. On to the third. It's a maiden class field. It's over 1,600 metres, and here Secret Recipe is 9 to 20 or 5 to 10. So it's very short, but what's that, a one-horse race or?
Sure.
Not too short? Too short?
Way too short.
5 to 10, this horse?
I don't know.
No?
No, Clyde. The form on offer here is below average.
Right.
So I'm giving her a winning chance based on the fact that her latest starts is her best to date. She has been supported. She was actually heavily supported in her penultimate start. I didn't think she was moving very well on that occasion. But maybe that's just her. Masava, now, here's another filly that her latest effort is her best to date. Right. She's having her peak run. She's got a great draw. She's got good early toe, so she should be in the perfect position. I just can't see anyone backing the favourite at her current price. The improver could well be number 9, Be Real. Now, she's the 2-year-old. She gets that 4 kilogram weight for age allowance, and she's getting a set of blinkers for the first time. Her last run was possibly too bad to be true, because she's been backed up relatively quite soon thereafter, 2 weeks later. If there was really something amiss with her, we wouldn't be seeing her run so soon. So I'm certainly not taking the favourite's current price. I'll give her a chance, but 1, 3 and 9, I think that's the safe route.
Yeah, I'd be worrying if the favourite goes missing in all exotics. That could be a big worry. Darren, how do you see it?
Clyde, I can't take 5 to 10 about a horse like this. Last time out she was beaten in a very weak field by Have a Party. She will be the horse to catch going through the 300 because she goes to the front. But if it was a 1400, I would say yes, she can get away with it. I'm not sure. I have to back her up. I can't bank her. I like a horse like Be Real. 3 runs back, ran 4th to Queen of Camelot. Good effort. Last time I took no interest. They put the blinkers on. She's definitely got a big say here. Of the rest, Masava and Perform. So in the exotics, I'm looking to roll the favourite over. No surprise to see her win.
Okay, well, there it is. You heard from the guys. They're not happy with 5 to 10, and they're worried about this favourite. And Be Real, number 9 rather, is priced up 12 to 1 if that is the horse to circle. Well, 1, 3, 6, 9 in Darren's pick 6. Those 4 by 1 and 11 by Banker 1. Then horses and horses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9. The next leg, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. And the last leg of Darren's pick 6, 3, 4 and 6 for 1,176 Rand. Race number 4 on the card, and well, Sean Terry's having a very good run at the moment. They've got Kambulu here, and Calvin Habib is in the saddle, and that's currently priced up at 19 to 10, maybe some 2 to 1 on offer. They've got 11 Just Var to beat, according to the market. Just Var is 15 to 10, Daryl. So those two?
Yeah, I stopped at those two, Clyde. You know, just for last time out, we saw that field that the finish was very congested. But he showed enough pace on that occasion to indicate that he will be able to get to overcome his wide draw and get into a striking position. Another positive, Clyde, is he's a half brother to Good Counsel, who's a mile and a half horse. So he should really be more effective over this trip. Kambulu, now in his penultimate start with Gabby Somer, when we did Weighted to Win on course,
Yes.
I said he was the biggest danger to Mo the Man, and I actually looked like a fool on that occasion because he just put in a stinker, but he set the record straight and he ran a much better race last time out. I think that winner could be well above average, so it may be better than what it appears on paper. He's having his peak run, and it looks like his antics have settled down. So with him having his peak run, I'm favouring him over Just Bar.
Yeah, it's interesting because Royal Guide does, Daryl's quite right, does appear to be above average. And, well, Just Var ran behind Prince of Green, Darren. We saw that also second was White Pearl came and won from there. So that's got to have a serious chance. Which one do you prefer?
I did originally prefer Just VAR narrowly. I wasn't sure if he would get the mile trip, but then Daryl mentioned he's a half brother to Good Counsel, which suggests maybe the mile's not out of his reach. He's definitely a big runner. Now, Kambulu, he settled better last time out. Usually he's throwing his head all around the show. Last time out, he ran a much improved race. So 1 in 11 will get you through.
Okay, thanks for that, guys. Well, just to advise the public that time of recording on Monday, race 4, scratch 2 and scratch 9. Here's a look at the jackpot. Darren's jackpot, first leg 1 and 11 by Banker 1, by 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 10 for 98 Rand. Okay, a reminder about our social media, guys. Don't forget that if you are using Twitter, we're at Weighted to Win. That's the handle. Also, we're on YouTube. We're on WhatsApp. All that information on the screen for you to be a part of. Well, we'll go to race number 5, and the market's got this horse, Antananarivo, for Candice Dawson and Pelisande Mscoli at 13 to 10 favourite. Second choice, number 2, Miss Christmas, trading around 2 to 1. And then you can get 6 to 1 and better about the others. Daryl, I know Darren's bank at Antananarivo. What's your take?
I have too. I watched her latest replay and I thought she was cramped at a vital stage of the race. Not for a stride or two, but for a possibly 50 to 100 meters. So I'm not saying she would have won or gone close to winning, but she would have finished closer. She's a one-pace sort, so I think that loss in momentum certainly didn't enhance her chances. Yeah, I like the fact that the stable has had a winner recently. So I think being a stronger, older 4-year-old, she could exit the maiden ranks in this sort of lineup because it certainly isn't strong whatsoever. Miss Christmas, very limited. She's going to get it right one of these days, but not one to rely on. Spring of Alexa, I thought very disappointing last time out, back over the 2000. Sean has indicated that she's not strong enough for the 2000 in the past, so let's see how she goes. But she's well held, she's well held on paper. The improver has to be number 4, the Work of Life. Now, if I'm not mistaken, her dam, Fortissimo, was trained by Joey Soma.
Yes.
Stayed all day, Clyde. So she's having a peak run. Also, not the strongest of fields last time out, but she could be the improver now that she's stepping up in jump.
Yeah, and the stable's in good form as well. Darren, is this all for the taking for Antananarivo?
Yes, Clyde. I have banked this in my pick 6 and my jackpot. Her form's good enough. I know her form lines aren't great, but this isn't a strong field. When you look at the second favourite being Miss Christmas, I mean, she's had plenty chances. Last time out was a very moderate field, and she just got up for second. Surely Antananarivo, hard to beat. The danger has to be the Work of Life up in trip. She could be the biggest danger.
Okay, well, that takes care of it. Daryl's also bankering Antananarivo in his jackpot banker, won by field by 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 6 and 10. And the last leg of his jackpot is bankering number 4 on the card, and that's Future Wolf, who's currently the Monday trading 5 to 1. That's a 50 Rand jackpot. Okay, this race now is probably the one of the most challenging, and this is over 1,800 metres. At the moment, number 6, Bob's Your Uncle, that's the Monday, that's the moment, 33 to 10 favourite. 7, American Biscuit, the second choice at 7 to 2. Then you've got Milieu, number 3 on the card, trading at 4 to 1. 7 to 1 about number 1, Nordic Rebel, the old man, and number 2, Whispers of War, is trading at 8 to 1. It's 10s and better about the others. Tough one.
Yeah, Claude. Narrowed it down to 3 runners. Now, Bob's Your Uncle, hard to fault his form. He's obviously on the upgrade. Picked up another kilogram penalty for running second last time out. Beaten by a very nice sort. Well drawn, lightly raced 3-year-old. So, more to offer. Then you got the older sort, Milieu. Now, he would have been a winner in his next ride last time out. He was actually low flying. Somebody was extremely happy that he didn't get up. But yeah, he's improving on the half out, and I think he'll go close once again. The horse that could be the improver, I know he's well held on paper, is Ryan's Dream. Now, he put up a fair return, having his first run as a gelding in his penultimate start. So I thought that he stayed on extremely well. Then last time out, in the yielding, Milieu came past him like a wet sail, and on paper, he's certainly very hard to see him reversing that form with Milieu, but in my opinion, he could have run below par in his second run after a rest. So I'm giving him one more chance, and the fact that he meets Milieu 3 kilograms better off could see him possibly narrow that deficit or reverse it. Yeah, so those are the 3 I'd like to touch.
All right, so Ryan's Dream, perhaps, it's a bit of a shrewd. Well, Bob's Your Uncle... Darren, let's just talk about Bob's Your Uncle. Ran 2 Celestial City. I know is one of your favourite horses. And Lord Varus come from that form line and has won. So that form's at least been franked, and we're waiting for Bob's Your Uncle to run. Is this open, or how are you playing it?
Yes, Clyde, there are a couple with chances. Now, behind that you said Lord Varus came out to win. He's actually one of my fancies later on in the card in the last race. Now, Bob's Your Uncle, he goes to the head of affairs, runs handy. He sort of comes under pressure, and then he finds another gear, suggesting he's looking for further. You Can't Hurry Love is an interesting runner. His rating has absolutely tumbled, and his next win's not far. But I do like Milieu as my first choice. He was absolutely flying last time out. He had Ryan's Dream, 4.5 lengths behind him. So even though there's a 3 kilo swing, I don't think Ryan's Dream can really reverse the form with Milieu. So I'm going with some confidence, Milieu, healthy respect for Bob's Your Uncle, and You Can't Hurry Love.
Okay, let's get our bets up. Well, Milieu's trading at 4 to 1 on the Monday. Darren likes that quite strongly. Number 3, Milieu. 4 to 1 is the current price on this Monday afternoon. Ryan's Dream, the 9, is trading around 10 to 1. All right, so an interesting race coming up now. Race 7 over 1,800 metres, and top of the board's number 2, Laguna Verde, trading at 3 to 1, but joint with the 5, Willow's Wish at 3 to 1, and not too far off them is Zuzan, number 10 on the card, 33 to 10. So favourites three ways. Argo Alley's got to have a chance. Number 3 is currently priced up 7 to 1, 1 Zeus 8 to 1, and then 12s and better about the others. Daryl Marie and Darren Burrows are with me. Daryl, let's catch up now with the last double of the day, because I know you've got a banker of us in the next leg. But yeah, what can we do?
I don't know what to say here, Clyde. 2 of the most disappointing horses in my mind line up, and I'm favouring them in Laguna Verde. I mean, last time out, how could he really run so far below par? I don't know. I expected more from him. This horse is very, very capable, but he's not reliable. That's the concern. Argo Alley caught my eye in his penultimate start. Another one I expected much more from last time. He's 3.5 kilograms better off with Laguna Verde. On his day, he's very, very capable, the same as Laguna Verde. Falls into that bracket. A horse like Willow's Wish is in cracking form. You have to respect him.
Yeah.
The filly or the mare in the race, Bold Fortune, now she's back in a handicap, and have a look at her rating. Right down to a 91. She's very, very decent on her day. And I think of her current rating, I don't know how many more starts she's going to have before she heads off to stud. She could certainly pick up a race like this. So I think this is very competitive.
Okay. Open race, so not easy this race. Darren, how are you summarising this one?
Very tricky, Clyde. This is probably the most open race on the card. You've got Zuzan, who's in hot form and only 52 kilos to shoulder. Willow's Wish in form. A horse like Argo Alley, I expected a big run last time out, and he found absolutely nothing. There might be an underlying problem, I don't know, but he's so capable of better. Laguna Verde, he has his off days more often than on days. He's very capable on his day. And don't ignore Zeus, because Zeus comes out of that feature race last time out behind Porto Manzano, and this is a drop in class for him. So don't be surprised to see Zeus bounce right back.
Yeah, well, that's interesting, because Rain in Holland came straight out of there and won over the weekend, right, behind Porto Manzano. So that's an interesting selection. All right, Darren is taking his double 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 by banker the 3 in the next leg. That's his choice in the double. And it's interesting because our two tipsters on different horses in the last race. Okay, our eighth and final race on the card. This is a handicap. It's over 1450 metres. Daryl Marie's got a horse that he wants to go for. Darren Burrows has got another horse that he wants to go for. I'll read the betting to you on Monday as to what prices they were. On Monday, number 3, Lord Varus, 33 to 10, 6 Rain or Shine, 9 to 2, 4 Future Wolf, 5 to 1, and 1 Bloomington is 6 to 1. 7 to 1 and better about the others. Okay, so now what are you going to do? Mr. Burrows is on Lord Varus, yeah.
He's on Lord, well.
And you?
Yeah, maybe we can have a little bit of a head-to-head. Darren Burrows versus Daryl Marie.
For a Fanta.
Yes.
Fanta, great.
I mean, Lord Varys lost. Put the blinkers on. He was very impressive in that victory. I respect him. But in my mind, Future Wolf put a line 3's late to start. 10 furlongs, honestly, get track. Can ignore. Penultimate start on the mile, over the mile on the inside track. He was just over racing. He didn't have any cover. Way better than that effort. I think Gavin Lorena from a neat draw will be able to settle this horse, Clyde. He's, I think, over the 1450 from the draw. I really expect him to win. That's all I can say.
Okay. Well, he's 5 to 1. From Angel of War came Global Impact. So the form's holding up over there. All right, so we know why Daryl likes Future Wolf. Mr. Burrows, you like Lord Varus. So what's the story?
Yes, Clyde, I'm not confident with Lord Varus. I just think he's the horse to beat. Definitely the horse to beat on that last run with the blinkers fitted. When he raided Durban, when he ran second beyond the boundary, was a solid effort. He seems to be back to best, and the blinkers improved him a length or two last time out. So his rating hasn't gone up too much. So I think he's a big runner. Future Wolf, yes, the 1450 might be ideal because he has got a tendency to over-race sometimes. Interesting runner could be Rain or Shine. Now, he's 1-2 from 5. He's a 5-year-old, only had 5 starts, and he's having his third run after a year layoff. Second behind Tizono last time out. So Robin Claessen's run has got to be a massive runner too.
All right, well, and Milieu was just, well, you'll know how Milieu performed by now, because Rain or Shine, of course, and Milieu both ran behind Tizono once upon a time. And Robin Claessen is now Robin Peter, because she married on the weekend. So congratulations to all over there, Josh. Yeah, well done, Josh and Robin. Okay, Future Wolf for Daryl Marie. That's his play today. He says it's worth a bit of a strike. And on Monday, this horse priced up Future Wolf number 4 at 5 to 1. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll catch up again on Wednesday.